hello. Welcome back.
And welcome to Blazing Soul Podcast.
Blazing Soul Podcast. What? My client. I hope she's done with her live.
Yeah, okay, so this is a little different. As you see, we're at the office, but we still have clients here.
Beautiful. Wait, I logo beautiful potential on the door.
All right, okay. So yeah, we have two suites here, but we still have some of our clients that's finishing up some of their video work and podcasts and stuff like that. So we're doing this live remote one here at the office. So you guys bear with us. We're out here trying to make that bag. So of course, make that bag, make money. I have to have a conversation with you. I don't know. But okay, so that's why we're here and we're at the office, and, you know, those type of things. So welcome to Blazing Soul Podcast. As always, we're here to, you know, talk about current events, highlight entrepreneurs, small business owners, role models, and community leaders in your local communities. And we've also been looking to change up a little bit. We've gotten a lot of people that say, we like it when you guys highlight, you know, minority business owners or entrepreneurs and people like that. But, you know, when are you guys going to get into the
relationship?
Yeah, the marriage, the relationship. Aren't you guys going to do stuff with other couples?
Yes.
And stuff like that. So you're right. We will start diversifying our lines, I guess, to include some of that information, because a lot of people said one thing that interested them about our podcast is the Black man, Asian woman, all the craziness going on around here. So, you know, how do you guys cope? How do you keep from choking one another? All those good things. So,
how do you stay under one roof 24/7 with?
See, you see what I'm saying? No. I'm good.
I love my husband.
That's, you know, that's what we've heard. So, you know, we'll go through a few things. I think there's one or two things that we want to shoot out for you guys. And once again, this will probably be a slightly abbreviated podcast because, like I said, we do have clients in the building right now.
So we're kind of quiet. Hopefully you guys can hear us. Can you guys hear us? Okay.
But it does show you the dedication for the podcast because we try to make this money here, try to keep the lights on. So, but we still, you know, find time to do our podcast. And like I said, once my wife lets me spend a little bit more money on our marketing budget as far as some things I have planned for the podcast.
Lets you?
You know.
What do you have planned?
You haven't been listening to anything I've spoken to you about. I'm talking about merchandise. I'm talking about a soundboard so we can make the funny sounds that podcasts make.
I know how to make funny sounds.
I know it's not. But okay, so yes, we are going to you know, broach a little bit more about us, and then in turn get some other couples involved in here, do some games and stuff that I've talked about. But I am planning on spending, you know, a decent amount, not crazy, but, you know, probably a couple of grand more on the podcast. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. I think two things before we get started is, and this isn't a man or woman thing. This is a if you know, you know thing. I usually don't watch the Versus series, which, you know, quote unquote pits one musician, rapper, whatever the case may be, against another. Usually don't watch it because it started out good with intentions of who was the baddest, you know, Monica Brandy, stuff like that. But it kind of turned into now kind of a love fest stuff. I'm going to play the songs I like and we're going to sing along. And it's devolved in my opinion. But I did check out the one last night just for the simple facts of the Lox. I like a lot. That's
the what?
The Lox. It's a rapper.
The Lox?
Yeah, LOX. D Block, man.
D Block, I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep it quick because she don't know. But all right, let me just say this: I have never, I don't think, seen a whooping like I seen last night on Versus. Dipset, I'm not a fan of Dipset, but they're decent. I don't think they're horrible, but they got destroyed. I mean, they got obliterated. It was the final score was like 120 to 85. Okay, if Jadakiss would have won at the whole Dipset by himself, they still would have won by 3. Okay, let me tell you, it was that brutal.
This is what I had to hear all
So
day.
anybody out there who know what I'm talking about,
music.
that is what I'm referring to when I say just an obliteration. Last night it was bad. It was horrible. All right, but I digress. I just wanted to get that out there.
Yes.
Secondly, we when we were grabbing some food from one of our clients. She owns a soul food restaurant, so we had ran around there because we knew we would be here late, and we were grabbing some food, and we were having a discussion with her on 2 fronts. This is something that you can talk about and attest to. Number one, guy walks in and says, "Hey, I'm a marketing guy. Me and my company have been doing this for 20 years. I'll work with you with the budget. Let's sit down and have a conversation." Her response was, "I have a marketing agency that I use." His response was, "Well, they probably can't do what I do. They probably haven't been doing it as long as I am." And she said, "No, they've been doing it a pretty long time, 10, 15 years ago." And he asked who we were. She told him, and he was like, "Well, I haven't heard of them. Yeah. So if I ain't heard of them, they ain't nobody." Okay. Now, let me address that. Okay. I know you're out there trying to get business. Everybody, everyone is a salesman, no matter what your title is. If you're affiliated with a company, you're
all sales.
Yeah, to some degree, you're a salesperson.
Yes.
I was a salesperson for many years. I've been a marketing guy for probably over 15 years. Number one, let me toot our horn as an agency and say, yes, we've been in marketing 15 plus years. I've worked for marketing agencies. I've worked for AT&T Advertising. I worked for an international company. I guess I can say that name. I'm on very good terms with them, but Viastore, Dr. Stuberg and those guys from Germany. So I've dealt with $8 to $10 million budgets as far as marketing budgets for the year. We do it all, and we've been there. Now, I would never discourage or badmouth another agency. My thing is, I put my proposal together, you put your proposal together, we submit them. Best man is left standing. That's just how it goes. We shake hands. We can have a beer afterwards. But it's just disingenuous. It's disheartening when you hear that a guy walks in, doesn't know about your company, doesn't know about your agency, and start badmouthing. You know what I'm saying? So, I've had that before where my client has called me when they were there badmouthing me and said, "Oh, give me 1 second. Let me put my marketing guy. If you're saying all this bad stuff about my marketing, let me get him in on the conversation." And they got extremely quiet after I started kind of spitting the data and spitting what we do. So
now, from a sales standpoint, my suggestion to the person that did come into her restaurant and try to discourage her from, whatever, trying to get her to win her as a client. The number one thing is you build the rapport first, then you start to ask permission to ask questions about what she's doing for her marketing, how that's going. Is there anything that's missing? You try to get to know what the needs are before you start to blah, 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 and start to, this is what we do, blah, 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 blah. How do you know that client has a need for that service? So just from a sales side, that's the proper way to do it. There is a sales system that you have to follow in order for you to build that connection, build that rapport with that client. Who knows? Maybe you do have a service that we may not have offered. Well, we offer everything, but just hypothetically, if you are in another line of business, whatever it is, you may have another service that your clients may not be getting from the person that they're with. And so the right way or the proper way to do it is, hey, first you build rapport. This sales 101. First, you build the rapport. Hey, warm greeting. You build the rapport. Then, hey, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? Ask for their permission to ask a couple questions. Do you mind if I ask a couple questions? Perhaps, if your marketing company isn't getting you what you're getting, perhaps there may be something that I can help you with. Okay, yeah, sure. Ask a couple. Okay, so then ask those questions, the open-ended questions. Once you know what the client already has and what may be missing, then you can turn around and solve their problem or help them find a solution. How do you know the stuff that you're offering them is what they need without first asking those questions?
You lost the opportunity when the customer said,
yeah,
no, I'm very happy with my service currently.
Should ask, hey, what are you most happy with? Hey, maybe that's a learning part. If you ask
after
that
the third time,
right,
you see she got irritated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she told us she got irritated.
Yeah.
So,
there's only so many questions you can ask.
But I tell you this, I don't know who you are or what company that you deal with. But like I said, right now we probably spend, as far as marketing budgets are concerned, we're over $7 million. And I got the receipts to prove that, as far as what we do as a whole in marketing. That includes our personal marketing gigs as well as our agency. We do it all. We have proof we do it all. And we got receipts for that too. Happy clients.
The budget that we are overseeing.
Yeah,
it's a huge marketing budget.
But like I said, hey, bro, bring it. As long as you ain't from Wakanda or Asgard, hey, we can go toe to toe as far as marketing is concerned. Yes, definitely. But I just wanted to throw that out there. It wasn't that you was trying to pull one of our clients. That's just a part of the business. Right. The part that was funny to me is that you
said you've never heard of us.
Yeah, well, if I ain't heard of them,
then they're not. Yeah, if I haven't heard of them,
come on, man, that's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Don't be cheap.
Don't do that.
Be upright with your professionalism. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to beat. I surmise that you're a small business as well, so don't try to beat up another small business to get ahead. Because, like I said, if she would have called me and put me on the line, believe me, in a very professional manner, I'd have cut your legs out from under you with no problem, bro. So, I digress. Let's keep it moving, but you know who you are. You stay in your lane, we'll stay in ours. Everybody will be happy and enjoy themselves, okay? All right. So,
what was the other? You said there's two takeaways after going.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right, boom. I told you this is very impromptu, but
yeah, we don't plan these things. Feel free to chat us if you have any questions. We do these lives, and it's never planned, by the way. And what our speakers say, that's their opinion. We don't push any political, agendas. We keep it, neutral. So, what was the other one?
Okay, when we were leaving, she said the owner of the store, because she is so happy with our services, that not only has she provided us with a multitude of leads that we have turned into paying customers, but she was trying to give us another one. It was like, hey, there's a nice barbershop right around the way, and I don't think they're doing their marketing, or if they are, I don't know how effective it is. And we were having a quick discussion, and she was like, well, it's a barbershop, so they probably think just word of mouth. So I think that was a topic to broach, that your brand is everything.
Your brand is everything. First thing people do is go to your website, and your website should be attractive and also should be functioning. If you're in the process of building it, have something that says that you're in the process of building it. Hey, coming soon. Hey, under construction. But don't have a website that your links do not work, or that your clients are not going to see what they went to go see. So just make sure that, if you're out there, if you have a business, make sure you have a website that represents you, your brand. I know that he mentioned, I don't need a website. It's just word of mouth, but he did have a website on a flyer. And when we tried to go to it, it was just one page, and try to click the link. it was an error. There's no link. So just be mindful of that. Even if you have your website up on social media and the links aren't working, all of that, make sure that, you know, that you are taking care of that. And we do offer those solutions as well. We service all over. So if you're in the United States, as long as the internet can reach you, we service you. We will help you build your brand, build your website, whatever it is. What?
Nothing. Keep it inside.
What the heck? So
Nothing, guys. You might rewind this, guys. Watch this again and listen.
I said we service everywhere.
Okay, so listen, guys. All right, so yes, I did want to speak on branding just for a minute, just to say that
it is important.
It's one of the most important things. And I look at your business card, I'm looking to see what your name is, if you haven't told me that already, and I'm looking to see what your website is, so I can go and check out your website. So, you see somebody bust out laughing. Somebody caught on to my.
What? Tell me what? Please tell me. I gotta rewind it and watch it now. Who's laughing?
Man, internal joke there. But okay, so yes, but that was just another thing I wanted to throw out there. Branding is everything. If you have a business, if you have a nonprofit, I really could care less what type of or formation you have. If you're trying to elicit a response from an audience,
yes, that's what's going to set you apart from your competitors.
No doubt.
Am I going to go there? Am I going to go here? You know, just another example, a restaurant. I won't say who because they're my current clients, but
wait a minute. We have more than one restaurant.
I know. That's why I said I'm not going to say who.
Okay.
We have one client. Well, we have a couple of examples. We have one client that we just took on about 2 months ago, and you know, it's been a few months. I cannot, from their old marketing person, I can't get a website going for them because they're holding on to the materials. But in the meantime, you know, there's links that aren't working. There's things that are not working. But that's just one example. But one of my other clients. And she knows who I'm talking about if she's watching right now. But,
why can't I know? Just like you said,
I will tell you, but I don't want to embarrass her, or if her web person is watching right now, I don't want to embarrass them either. So I'm going to keep it anonymous.
I see.
But this particular website, what drew me to helping her is that, you know, when her restaurant came, I looked and I'm like, what is this? I wasn't sure if it was a soul food restaurant or a Mexican restaurant. Because it had like what? Because we have more. What? Okay, did I just give it up? Anyways, oh well. So that's how we connected. I'm like, I could really help you with your restaurant because we wanted to promote we wanted to look like your brand, and we're in the process of rebranding as well. But originally, oh hi Miriam. Originally, she had a restaurant that, like, her brand, I wasn't sure what the restaurant was because there was, you know, marachas and, you know, different things and, you know, tacos and nachos, stuff that she didn't sell. And so then we finally rebranded and we got it to where it is. And, you know, she's been a loyal customer since, and she has been helping us, sending clients over to us, and we've had some happy family. Our clients, I love my clients.
Yes,
I love our clients. So, anyways, tonight's gonna be super fun because you know, me and him, Miriam saw us during our trip to Egypt.
Me and him? Why I gotta be him? What?
So, anyways, Miriam is our tourist in Egypt. She knows us.
Family.
She is family now. We
Egypt.
love her. She watches us in the middle of the night. I think it's like 2:00 over there in Egypt. You guys, if you need a getaway, you have to go to Egypt. Best time ever, just
Easily.
because we had such an amazing tour guide, and Miriam will make sure you have the best time of your life. So
easily made a trip that was, you know, a 10 an 11 because of
oh
how
my
she took care of
goodness,
us.
she took great care of us. If your bucket list is to go to Egypt, let us know because we will connect you to Miriam, personal tour guide. She like literally had us everything we wanted to do. She made it happen.
Yep.
So we love her. We can't wait to go next year. Hopefully everything will be back to normal and we'll get to see the brand new big museum that was in the process of being built last year, right? So tonight we are actually going to do a couples game.
Yeah, we're gonna, you know, like I said, this tonight will be a little bit shorter, but everybody was talking about us kind of opening up more about us, you know, who
our crazy
family, other, you know, for lack of a better term, Blasian couple.
Our Blasian couple, yeah. Oh yeah.
So
that goes pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, yeah. And he corrects me all the time. Just like today. I mean, you're just helping me, but I know.
What are you talking about?
You correct my English all the time, so it's okay.
See, now we're getting the deep now. It's something deep in there that she doesn't want to come out.
No.
With. She's like, no, you correct me all the time, but it's fine. It's okay. No, I'm.
But I need that though. So
no, what she's talking about is what was the word that you kept saying?
I was philanthropist.
Okay.
Because our client tonight, she has a business and she promotes Black women in philanthropy. But I said it wrong because it's supposed to be philanthropy.
It's pho like an F. But the second P
it's supposed to be philanthropy.
No.
Oh, I mean philanthropy.
Yes.
It just doesn't roll off my tongue very easily.
I understand totally. And I wouldn't have corrected you because I heard you saying that all week at the crib. And I said
that was what I thought it was.
No, I didn't say anything. But when you were going to visit the client or the client was coming in, I wanted you to say their profession correctly. Because I appreciate that. If I was a doctor and you was calling me a doter, and he was like, "Oh, I heard you're a medical doter," and I'd be like, "No, I'm a medical doctor." So I didn't want that to happen. So therefore,
well, I appreciate it. So I've been saying it wrong this whole time, you guys. I thought it was philanthropy, but no one ever corrected me except for my husband because he loves me. So he let me know that he even looked it up so that way I could believe him.
No. I didn't look it up because I knew I was right. Okay. I knew for a fact I was right. She did not believe me. She was like, philanthropy? That don't sound right at all. Are you sure? I don't think you are. I think you're making that up. And I was like, no, for real. You're like, nah. So I had to go
and look it up. Yeah.
Show the correct pronunciation so that she was cool with it. So I mean, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Don't nobody believe me, but
it's okay.
So now, last week she said, I'm a nerd that watch documentaries and stuff, and then always want to use
Jeopardy.
Big words. Oh, that's what she
Jeopardy.
said. She said I always want to use big words.
He does.
And I watch. And
he
then
has
I watch
a big
Jeopardy.
vocabulary.
Okay, so now this week she's saying I'm correcting her. So now I'm looking like a very bad husband. Right
no,
now.
You're not a bad husband. You just have a big vocabulary, and English was my second language, and so when you have 3 different languages in your head that you're trying to keep together, sometimes I hated English class. So I was never an English kind of person because I always failed English. So,
right on.
So, you know, writing a book and the story and the literature, I hated that. So that's why I had to have you, you know, kind of help me with my schoolwork with English. So with my college.
This is a person who has a bachelor's degree talking about she doesn't know English well and has master's.
So if I could do it, you guys could do it. Okay.
As well.
I have master level classes, but my English is not that great. But that's because I have the guidance of my husband. If I get stuck, you help me. So right. You have 3 degrees, so I have to lean on you to help me. See, he's a nerd, right? You even said you were a nerd.
Right, but that's husband and wife talk when we just laying there watching TV. You know what I'm saying? When you like, why do you watch The Matrix?
You're a nerd from the D. Okay, you're a nerd from the D. Mix those two.
Well, yes, it's fine to say a nerd from the D, but I think when you emphasize the D, I think you emphasize some of the wrong parts, and you don't go low and then come up. But don't worry about it. All right. So,
anyways, okay. So we're gonna do a couples game.
We're gonna knock out a couple of questions to see, and we can keep track of who wins and loses on this. And
are we keeping track?
This is a test run because next week I think when we're back in our normal settings and got all our bells and whistles, because I'm spending some money this weekend. Then we'll do the thing. We might pull in a couple of couples on this first go around and see what we can do with it.
See what they're.
That's talking to you, Bird Nuno. Just to let y'all know. I know.
Oh no, it's not gonna come on.
No, we can shade his face. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know how them witnesses that in witness relocation that don't want to be seen?
Oh my gosh.
We can shade his face.
All right, babe. First question.
All right.
Oh, it says play it. Okay. Go.
Mm-hmm.
It says play. He played all the cards. Okay. How well do you know me?
I told you there's 102.
Okay, go.
So,
we got the same question.
Well, no, I'm in my, I have favorites, so that was just one of my favorites.
Go, your turn. You gonna ask me first?
Well, this is an easy question for
what?
you. Who was my childhood best friend?
Marlon.
Once again, that's simple. I didn't even know.
Okay.
You know, like that.
Okay, here, my turn.
Okay.
Where was I born?
In Laos.
In Laos?
Yeah. Well, you actually was in a refugee camp.
Where?
When you were born.
Huh? I wasn't even in a refugee camp when I was born.
We
were waiting to get in. We were outside of the refugee camp waiting to get in because it was overcrowded.
Okay. I get points if
okay, but where was I born?
Thailand.
Okay, Thailand.
And not the refugee camp. And whether you say you were on the outside wait or inside,
I was around the refugee camp.
That it was a refugee camp. You know.
Thank you. We love you too. You like it when we talk instead of the guests coming.
I got it. But I got it though.
He finally got it.
No,
he said Laos first.
That's like, you know what that's like saying? That's like saying, where was I born? And you say Detroit. And I'd be like, no, what side of Detroit?
Okay. But Laos and Thai is two different things. Tell him.
It is true, but
you
are Laos.
I'm Laos. But I was born in a refugee camp because we were homeless and displaced. Okay, go. Your turn.
All right. What side of the D was I born?
What side of the D? I would know. The projects. You told me.
Well, that isn't designated. There's Jeffrey Project.
Project.
No. I lived across the street from the Jeffrey Project.
Well, you still live close by the Jeffrey Project.
The bridge on with Cameron Times is right there.
Okay. Okay.
What year did I graduate from high school?
High school? Let's see. You're almost 50.
Wait a minute.
So,
hey. First of all, we're going to have a
Wait. You're 4 years older than me. So you graduated.
Almost 50. What's almost
You graduated 1990, right?
Is that your final answer?
Let me see. 91.
Is that your final
Yes.
answer? 91 is your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I get it? No.
Yes.
Yes. Whoop, whoop. Okay, your turn.
Okay. There's a good one here.
What is it?
Who was my favorite rapper?
Who is your favorite rapper?
I won't do R&B because that would be before your time probably when we start going down there.
Talib Kweli. Huh?
First of all,
Talib Kweli.
First of all, if somebody like sends you this snippet or something like this Kweli, I first apologize. All right.
Jay-Z? No. Did I mention it?
Talib
It was. He is, right?
Well, he's dang close. Put it like this. That was a very good try. I give you the points for that.
So I got it right.
No, you didn't say his name right.
Okay, but you know what I meant. Talib Kweli.
Oh, just like you know what I meant when I said Thailand and the rest.
See, people don't even know what Wiz Khalifa.
Who? Wait a minute.
Here, type it. Type his name so people know who he is.
I'm gonna do that. Hey,
so they don't think that Wiz Khalifa is your favorite band.
If y'all want to hear, my favorite rapper is Jay-Z. But Talib, without a doubt, if y'all want to hear real hip hop, he was a part of the group Black Star. If you want to hear real hip hop, listen to Kweli. Please listen to Kweli. But I understood who you were trying to say. I'll let you, and I know because Wiz, the way she said it, you could have thought it was like, you know, I don't know, Professor X, but yeah.
Okay, your turn. Go.
Right. I know. I just went. I asked you.
Okay.
What is my favorite movie?
Wait, it's my turn.
I'm just asking.
Oh, I know your favorite movie. Yep. I know.
Run it.
Matrix.
Good job. Good job.
See.
Good job.
I got it. Did I get a point? How are we keeping track?
Yeah, no, remember I said we're gonna do a test run.
Okay, test run.
Because next time we can have a screen up so we don't have to look down for the questions. We can, you know,
just look up to the got it. Okay. All right. What was my I already gave the answer to this. My least favorite subject in school. It was English.
Damn. So you thought after 6 minutes, I was like, I wonder what her favorite. I wonder what her least favorite is.
Yeah, okay. I won't ask you that one. Okay. What was the name of my first pet?
Okay, let me say this and be as sincere as possible.
Okay.
You have never in your life talked to me about any type of pet growing up, okay?
Yes, I have. You just forgot the story.
You used to give me horror stories like we were from the refugee camp. So when we came here, we ate anything. We ate raccoon and
I didn't eat the raccoon. My mom would pick up squirrels.
Well, first, let me say that it's not funny because I've eaten coon before.
Okay.
When I was up north in New Haven. People in Port Huron probably knew New Haven.
Okay, so.
But you told me that y'all was just for us and y'all ain't anything. So poor
that
people don't have.
That was in the refugee camp. Pets? We were poor and we couldn't eat anything. That was in the refugee camp. We came to America. We had a refrigerator. We got, you know, food stamps, so we were able to have food. But that was in the refugee camp. Anything that moved, we had to eat because to stay alive. However, what was the name of my first pet?
I didn't know you had a pet.
I had a pet.
What was it, sea monkey?
It was a cat. It was a cat. I brought her home from McDonald's. I used to work at the McDonald's at 14 years old when I got my school permit or working permit, 14 or 15 when they gave permits. I worked 2 jobs. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts that was across the street on Summit Street in Elgin. This customer brought in a pack of cats and kittens. They were kittens. They were little small, so cute. And I brought one home. I put one in my car and I brought it home. And I thought this cat was a girl, female. So I thought, oh, she's so cute. She looked like my Aunt Pam, right? So I named her Pam, but it wasn't a girl. It was a boy, a female. It was a male. When it got bigger, it turned into a male. So
I can honestly say.
So I had a cat Pam. Okay, so next question.
No, let me just say because
you heard that story before.
I felt that, and I want to say this out of the bottom of my heart. That was probably the longest story I've ever heard to tell me the name of a cat. You went to your aunt and you was like you worked somewhere, you got a car.
Okay, whatever. That's what women do. Sorry.
What extra? No, that's easy. How many countries have I been to?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, run.
You've been to Jamaica. You've been to Egypt. You've been to India and America. That's it. 4.
Mm.
1.
Missing more than one.
No, you haven't been anywhere else. That's it.
I know you're missing one because I see that one in my head.
Maybe you traveled and you stopped in Germany during your layover when we went to Egypt.
Well,
are you counting those?
No, if we're counting layovers, I didn't been to like 7. Shit. I mean, I've been to Switzerland. I was in Switzerland for 5 hours when I went to India. But you forgot India.
What did I? I did say India. Did I not say India? I said India.
I've been to Pune, India, Mumbai, India.
I've said India.
I've been to, yeah, but there's one you missed.
No, I didn't.
Jamaica. I've been to Egypt.
I said them
And
all.
watch this. I've been to Ontario, Canada. Remember, I lived in
Oh
D.
yeah, you
Canada
would sneak to
was
Canada.
a hop skipping away from me. So,
yeah,
boom.
That's true.
Boom, boom.
Thank you, Miriam. I said it.
But she did not say Canada.
Oh, here, my turn. My turn. Okay, no, I won't ask.
What you don't? You trying to do as paperwork? What you?
Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, do you know this one? What's my shoe size? Oh, you already know because you bought me several shoes. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't.
Okay, I got one. Which bones have I broken? Hello, Becky from Florida. Which bones have I broken?
Since you've been with me now.
What about that night? I'm just kidding. Okay, guys. What bones have I broken?
You broke your arm.
No, I haven't broken any bones.
That was a setup, though. That was
your turn.
That was a setup.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, this is a good one because we might get into a fight right here on live.
Okay, come on, let's do it. I got my boxing gloves.
If I could only have 16 ounce.
Huh?
16 ounce.
If you could have what?
No, the boxing gloves. You like 16 ounce.
We should put some boxing down. We should put a boxing match in here.
First of all, a boxing match. Boxing ring.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, go.
All right. So, if I could only have one food for the rest of my life, what would it be?
Oh my Lord, pizza or chicken.
Okay. Let me say that either one is a correct answer, but chicken just feels a certain type of way.
No, because you have chicken right now.
Once again, that just feels.
That's not anything.
It's
not anything like racist or anything. I'm married to you.
See, and then when somebody blatantly
no, because you say that
it's not racist.
No, because I know the sensitive things, like that. So I don't say that because of that. I say it because you truly do love fried chicken.
Ain't that a slap in the face?
It's not. You like fried.
She said that, it's like
it's not. I like fried chicken.
No, what is that?
You guys don't mind him. Don't mind him. He does love chicken.
See, now I love it.
He won't even really eat.
Wait, now I love
the first
it
time he has ever. Okay, listen. I
love
okay.
Fried chicken.
No,
Me and fried
I
chicken
do too. Okay, listen.
To each other.
Listen. This is the first time my husband. I'm Lao, and so It's so funny how. We're so opposite. Like I'm all things Lao, traditional Lao, Lao food, all this. He finally tasted kapun. The other day.
Yes. First of all, Shaquita.
Oh, this one. Yes.
I do love fried chicken. I mean, I like fried. I eat fried chicken a lot.
I do too.
But it just hit a different way when somebody else say
because I love you.
You like fried chicken, or we'll be somewhere and You know, I don't eat beef or pork.
He
so
doesn't,
only
so
thing I
it
eat is
limits to
poultry
just
and
chicken.
seafood.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
If I go somewhere and I'm talking or I'm having a beer with the fellas at the restaurant and she has to order something for me, she has literally said, I've gotten back and sat down and she said, oh, babe, I ordered for you. I got you the fried chicken. It just hit different. That's all. I ain't saying it's racist. I'm just saying it just hit different sometimes.
Okay.
But let me
Next
go through.
time.
I love fried chicken too. I do too, sweetheart. I love tahini now. Miriam, I do. We got to open up a little. We got to open up a little shop.
Right.
Okay? I got some plans.
Yeah, we're going to fly you down here and you're going to run it.
It's cheap because there's not a lot of versions. It's just one version, putting it together, boom.
Well, first tell the audience what tahini is.
I can't, because when I ate it, I told her that it looked like a very, very high form of beefaroni. The noodles, the tomato-based sauce, the meat. So I was like, it's just like, you know, a chef making beefaroni or something like that. But I'm ignorant, so I don't know what goes into it. Really? But it was very good.
She can write it in the comments.
And I don't want her to, though.
Oh,
because
it's a secret.
This
don't
is
tell
our
the
idea.
Secret.
We about to blow up.
We want to open the restaurant.
We about to have Miriam come over. You know what I'm saying?
We're flying you here, Miriam.
Boom. All right, what's next? Hey, I'm late. That's okay as long as you stick with us, sweetheart. Poultry, yes, poultry and seafood. That's
okay, next question.
The only reason
next question.
They pump
if you guys have questions, ask us. We're looking at an app right now.
The pork is a filthy beast, even though I'm not Muslim. So, all right, let's work.
Okay, go. Your turn.
Oh,
that was a good one.
That's too easy for me.
No, this one. What would I do? No, it says, what would I be doing if you weren't in my life right now? See, that's what it says.
What?
It says, what would I be doing if you were not in my life right now?
All right, let's roll with that. Now I'm interested in what the answer would be.
Oh, what would you be? Ask me then.
I don't remember the question because it's not here. You made that question up. So I don't see it here.
So if we were not together right now,
I would be a boss, okay?
He would still be a bachelor. He would not have any kids. He would still be hanging out with his boys, which is nothing wrong with that, but I don't know. Would you be married to someone else? I don't know.
Oh, I'm damn sure I ain't gonna say that. That's a death sentence right there. No. I would be miserable because you weren't with me. I would probably drown my sorrow in liquor, adventurous times with the fellas jet setting across the world, and frivolous relationships with
multiple women,
supermodels. I don't know what I would do.
Okay, next question. It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Who has a good question? Write them down on the chat. Okay. Let's see.
What's my dream car?
Oh, your turn? Okay.
Well, we're just shouting them out.
Okay, your dream car, a Tesla.
I'll go for that. It wouldn't be Lamborghini or Porsche or any of that stupid stuff, but a Tesla.
Ooh, Shakita has a good question. Thank you, Becky. This is where Shakita has a question. Right here. What's the best quality you love about each other? Okay.
Oh, that's easy. I mean, outside of the fact that everybody can see, I have an amazing beautiful wife.
Thank you.
That's just, on the outside. So, of course, I'm still madly attracted to my wife. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
But on the inside, she is giving almost to a fault. And I'm not talking about just with me. I'm saying with almost anybody she knows. I'm a giver. She, kind of gives you everything. So, she'll give you the shirt off her back. So that to me is endearing because I see that some people do that just to say, okay, you owe me one. She's not like that. She does that just because she wants to help somebody. And then secondly, she is forever encouraging as far as our relationship is concerned. So I started our local probably like 12 years ago with one client and trying my best to keep them. And we have grown and grown, and we had setbacks and got Could be. And, then we've had growth and we've had good times, but it's always been, I ain't worried about that. I know
you got
are going
this.
to, what I'm saying? People keep coming back to you because of certain reasons. So she's always encouraging with everything as far as from a business aspect as well, which is a big part of my life.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next question.
Each other is my turn, though.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, unless you don't want to know. What I love about my husband is that we are super compatible, even though, thank you, Dominatrix. Even though we are two totally complete opposite people, we totally are. He balances me, which I love about that. He helps me to balance myself. He loves the children. He's a great father. He's a great husband, business partner, and just life partner. He encourages me. He's the one that pushed me to go for my bachelor's, to go anything that I wanted to do in life. If it was nursing school, babe, go for it. Go, just do it. I don't care. We'll figure it out. We'll find. It's $30,000. It's okay. Just do it. We'll figure it out. If that's what you want to do, go for it. When I wanted to quit my full-time job, go quit. If that's what you want, go quit. I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. And so he's always been super supportive in that way. And, just really, selfless, and especially when it comes to my parents. And, we all know how sometimes you have husbands that are not supportive of your family. My husband's always been supportive of my family. My mom, when she couldn't take care of herself, guess who was taking care of my mother? 24/7. I was at work. He helped me. She was bedbound. He fed her. He did everything, and so that means a lot to me. And he's just amazing all around. He does have his moments because he's a man, which is why we're his and her show today. But overall, that's why we're two opposite people. But the balance, we balance each other out, and that's why we're still together. There's so many times where we almost split up and because of our differences, but through it all, we fought and we continue to love on each other's strengths and and work through our differences. And so if you are a couple out there, that's one of the things that, if you're able to overcome your differences and overcome those struggles in your marriage and your relationship, to just know that there's a happy ending at the end. There is a happy end to overcoming your obstacles. It makes you stronger as a couple, and so just continue to love on each other's differences and continue to embrace each other's strength, and you'll be just fine. So my sister-in-law has the next question. My sister-in-law.
Nana. Okay.
Nana, you guys, if you do not know Nana by now, you need to get to know Nana. Nana is my sister-in-law. She has a cooking show on YouTube, and that's what she's known for, Cooking with Nana. Go to YouTube, go support her brand, and also you'll learn a lot of different ingredients when it comes to cooking authentic Lao food. That is what she is known for. But her question is, how did you guys meet and where? I don't know. We've mentioned this a couple of times on the show, but
I'm backing away from this question.
Okay, so I know this sounds super bizarre, but if you guys believe in the power of universe and soulmates and all of that stuff, and if somebody's for you, if God has somebody for you, he's gonna keep showing up, right? So your Mr. Right is showing up, right? So we met, to answer Nana's question, we met at this bar lounge in Grand Rapids, Michigan, called The Drink. It was called The Drink. It was the bar lounge. So we met twice, you guys. And I didn't know, he may have known, I don't know. I didn't know that we've already dated once, the second time we met. So I know it's a bizarre, the most crazy story, right? I was going through, I won't go along with it, but basically, long story short, the first time we met, it was when I was going through my divorce in 2001. 2001, we met at a lounge. Someone was his best friend's wife at the time, or girlfriend, was trying to connect us, and we dated a couple times. I moved back to Chicago. I ended up going back to Michigan to visit at the same club, and in 2006, and I ran back into him, and I had no idea we dated before. But anyways, long story short, ever since then we've been together. So that's how we met, a bar called The Drink.
Make sure she give y'all
two times
the creepy, sinister, magical.
Oh my gosh, it was so
version as well.
Okay, next time.
She
stay tuned for another episode.
And just some old voodoo stuff.
Whatever. Next question. Do you remember the first time Marcelo told you I love you, where, and the date? Wow.
Yeah, and this love and happiness, you remember everything.
I don't think you told me you loved me for like 3 months, 6 months, 3 to 6 months. Right. Yeah, he was weird. But you know what? The thing is, we were long distance. We lived 3.5 hours away from each other, and we were commuting back and forth. So it was a slow process, but but overall it ended up. I was a single mom with 2 kids. I was a bachelor. He was a bachelor, had a bachelor pad, and so and so I don't remember. So he was a bachelor. And I was single. For 7 years. I was a single parent for 7 years. And so I dated and stuff, but the guys that I dated was not like Marcelo. They were not like Marcelo. It was super. I mean, but I mean, like from a family, they were nice people, but from a family standpoint, it was important to me that whoever I would be with long term would also love my girls. And so if that wasn't the case, that's why I stayed pretty much single for 7 years. I dated, but I never had like a really deep commitment until I met Marcelo. So I was a single mom, concentrated on raising my girls, working. Until I met Marcelo, I was not in a deep relationship, and for those reasons, because the guys that I was dating, they weren't in it for a serious relationship with someone that was a single mom. So I had to wait until it was the right person. And Marcelo was, he was very welcoming, and he welcomed the girls with open arms, unlike the other guys that I did date. And so that's with that respect. Is that called respect? And with that respect, he's different. Does that sound right in the sentence?
In that respect,
Marcelo was different. So
okay, let me see here. Wait. This question is, how did you know she was crazy and when was the
nobody said that.
Listen, what she didn't tell you when we were dating is I was a bachelor. We was going to the D every weekend, shooting around. Me and my partner Marlon. Okay, I used to hoop a lot back then. We used to be in little tournaments and whatnot. So I go hoop. She came down for the weekend. I go hoop. I think Sunday morning, it's early, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go and hoop. We got, we could be in this whatever. I come home. Whole place is spotless, which was awesome. Thank you very much. Went to the kitchen. I used to have a microwave that I had.
You love this part.
While I was in college, right? This was my microwave. I kept it all through college. It's gone. Okay? I'm like, man, what happened to the microwave? She was like, oh, I've been cleaning up, and that thing was old, so I threw it out. I went and bought you a new one. Here you go, one. Got me this whole girly, frizzy microwave. I'm like, that microwave can cook a turkey. I like that microwave. That's one thing. Second one thing, my bedroom had everything in piles to be washed and stuff like no, dude, let me do this. And then finally, how I knew is that she hacked into my Facebook account.
Oh wow.
And
I hacked into it. You left it open. All I did was go backwards.
See, I didn't leave it open.
Here's the secret, ladies.
I didn't leave it open.
If
she
you
went
ever want
backwards.
to know anything on a computer, just keep going in the back browser.
This was years ago.
Well, my ex-husband was a cheater, so I know all the tricks. If you ever want to find your husband cheating, then I know the tricks because my ex was a cheater the whole marriage. So anyways, I went back.
So she knew about me. She had already knew that I used to date this girl named Kelly. So she had seen whether or not I had spoken to Kelly recently. Another young lady that I knew had like got mad at me and like wrote a poem on Facebook, but it was like a poem like, you know, you ain't nothing because you dissed me. I mean, she had all this information, and I'm like, who has she been talking to picking information like this?
I'm a detective.
To find out, and I know what fellas are saying, if y'all wasn't together like that, why you leave her at the crib when you left? It was slipping. I was slipping. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think nothing about it. I was slipping. So yes, but yeah. So she gave me that nicety, and he was so forthcoming, and I loved him. And
he had like a poetry about him.
No, she had went through the motions. She knew everything about my life. I mean, I was only gone a couple of hours.
I mean, I was bored. I was at home bored. So my sister-in-law, Nana, has another question.
See, and that's how we're going to end this tonight, okay? Because my nieces that are in California, when they were up here visiting with us, they called me Frozone from the Incredibles. Now, first of all, y'all don't laugh out there if y'all at the crib laughing. Second of all, why are you laughing so hard? You giggling out.
I knew the question. I knew the answer.
You was really hot
because even your coworkers had a picture of Frozo on your desk.
Some of my partners at work put a picture of
Frozo
on my desk. We banter back and forth like that. But first of all, let me say that. See, and I was like 6. So I mean
but 3 months.
Yeah, my nieces who I love dearly gave me that nickname. So that is my favorite character because at the very least, when they see that character, they think of their uncle. So, you know, it's for a good purpose. But first of all, she don't need to be laughing so hard. And second of all, every time y'all talk to me on the phone, when one of the kids call y'all, I'll be like, hey, baby girls. Y'all be like, hi, Frozone. No, man. It's Uncle Marcelo. No. Hi, Frozone.
Oh, my gosh. Where was our official first date?
I took you to...
It was an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't Mexican. It was like an Olive Garden or a Treccucini or something like that.
Yep. That was the first date. The second date you cooked for me.
Y'all like that? Y'all like that? I see y'all. Y'all like that.
Chicken parmesan.
With noodles.
Yeah.
A little bit of red wine.
Ooh, I love that. There's more questions coming. Okay, we gotta keep going. So Laura's favorite color.
Now we've been through this.
She don't even know. It now.
She don't even
Rose
know.
Gold.
I was about to say it is a version.
I said a version. You know now.
I said a version of fuchsia pink.
So when did you know she was your wife?
When she shook down my whole crib and
when I cleaned out her bachelor pad.
When
I cleaned out his bachelor pad.
Yeah, man. I was a bachelor in the truest form.
I'm like, we gotta do something.
Basketball.
I can't use the microwave.
Madden,
I'm gonna be here every weekend.
Guy trips.
You
know. Getting it in. So, so she kept,
Gosh. Look, your niece.
See, my baby.
My nieces call me Auntie Queen.
And I'll go Frozen. She get to be Auntie Queen. You know what I'm saying? Woohoo! I get to be Frozone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's end with this last one because it's an important question. Miss Rita Strickland, how do you both combat the interracial challenges that are in our country and represent the discrimination on African American and the rise of xenophobia with the Asian hates?
Okay. Would you like for me to start off?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, from an inside perspective, I don't think we have many challenges. We're both very outgoing. The people who actually raised her was a Black mother, so she had been at least exposed. I wouldn't say integrated because I don't think that's an appropriate term. But she had been exposed to Black culture, actually Black Southern culture, which is even more intense, so to speak. So I don't think there were, and plus the Black culture as a whole is emulated more than any other culture. So just being in school and listening to music and things like that added to her upbringing of being around people of color. So in that regard, I don't think we've had big issues. Our issues are differences, but I think every man and woman goes through those basic differences as far as being in a relationship, me being single, her being with kids starting out. So, I think those were bigger problems that we had. Now, what I would say is that possibly if it was a Black man and a white woman, I believe that there would be more internal problems just because of that dynamic of people of color and white people, Anglo-Saxon, whichever one you want to say. So from that standpoint, I could see that we would have had more challenges than a regular couple. But being that she's Asian, which to be honest, that's another persecuted minority, I think we kind of banded together more. We tell the story about I used to have to travel back and forth to Grand Rapids. And when I did so, along a stretch of road, I got pulled over 3 or 4 times. And I kept coming home like, man, they keep pulling me over. And it's racial profiling. And she was like, no, are you serious? Are they, you sure you ain't speeding? Until she took that trip with me.
And got pulled over.
Got pulled over for no reason.
Driving while Black.
Yeah, and he wanted to search us and all this other nonsense. So I think that also adds to us, I guess, understanding the challenges and hurdles that minorities have. So in that regard, I think it brought us together. As far as fighting the discrimination, as far as the Asian community as well as the African community, for one, this podcast is one that does it. We've changed some of our, I guess, programming, for lack of a better term. But the first, how many episodes have we done thus far?
Oh gosh, 20 or 30.
All right,
we started last September, almost a year now.
Yeah, let's say 25.
Yes.
Out of the 25 episodes that we've done, probably 22 has been about minority role models and minority leaders in the communities and minority entrepreneurs. The whole premise of this podcast was to not only kind of shed light on our relationship as an Asian and Black man married in America, but also it was to highlight the people who are making a difference in our community. Because all we heard was the reason why we started this is somebody said that to me that well, they think the problem with the Black community is that we don't have enough role models outside of athletes and rappers, which pissed me off, which kind of started the discussion of us making this podcast. So first and foremost, this podcast is to shed light on our relationship as being people of color, but also to highlight community leaders, role models, people who don't get the praise they deserve, number one, and number two, to dispel the rumors that there's not a lot of role models in the minority community. So first and foremost, that is, I guess, our biggest contribution to combating the the shortcomings that you asked in your question. Part two, we are business owners, not only a minority business owner, but a women minority business owner. So we hit that, I guess, trifecta of being entrepreneurs, people of color, married, and then we interact with various charitable communities. My wife won with a multicultural fund. She's also on the board, the school, the diversity committee. So there's a lot of little things that add up to big things.
Yeah. So we try. We know that there's challenges out there, Rita, and they've always been challenges out there. It's just within this last year or so, our country has brought it to the forefront, and because of that, we had started the podcast, like Marcelo said, but we've tried to get involved in any way that we can, starting with the diversity committee that I'm on the board with, on my son's school board, starting with different committees and different places where we can make a difference. We can do you could do little at a time, try to educate and try to bring light to it, with our cultural differences, try to use our platform to showcase that Asians are not just this virus that people or whoever was, going around the Kung flu and all of that we're not just that. And also that the African American community is more than what they show on TV. It's more than thugs or criminals and things like that. That there are some community leaders within the African American community that are making a difference. There are community leaders within the Asian community that are making a difference. And so just changing the narrative and using us and being that front to try to speak for our own communities. And believe me, like me, I am truly deeply rooted. Like, I love my culture. I bring my husband into some of my culture. And he even became a monk on my mom's funeral just to honor her tradition, and so he didn't have to do much because his head was already shaved. But we honor each other's culture and our differences, and we embrace our differences, and so we try to do different things to bridge that gap, which I know if you read my book, I actually share all of that in my book, $40 in a Dream, of how I grew up in a small town with traditional Asian parents, and our community was so deeply rooted, and we were our community, our parents were so deeply rooted within the Asian community that they really didn't know a lot about America. Even though we were in America, we had a close-knit community, right? And so in my book, I share that, a little bit more about what you're asking and the experience that I had. And we still continue to have that, but we try to combat that with education. And, so we try to bring education, bring light to it, and try to bridge our two communities together. That, after all, we are just people loving each other and embracing each other's differences, and so Team Frozone. And so that's the bottom line, is like, the more we get to know each other, the more we can bridge that gap, the less hate, we can only shine the light in the darkness, right? And so continue to shine our light and do what we can to try to bring the two communities together, and also rise, because we are better together, right? We can't allow the system to tear us apart. We got to come together. And with that, we are close to our end. We went over a little bit, guys, but thank you. Today was fun. I hope you join us again. Same time, same place. Yes, I agree. You have to be the one to bridge the gap. Definitely. You are so welcome, Miss Rita. So we will do this again. We are live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. We will see you guys next Wednesday, same time, same place. What do you usually say? Watch your six.
Watch your six.
And I say, and you say what?
Deuces.
Deuces, and I say lock on.